Hello, hi there, lovely Tauruses. Welcome to my channel. My name is Bella, and how I work is I work with my spirit guides, and so it's me kind of translating what they want you to know. That's how I work and do all my services. And this is your love horoscope for August 2017. And oh boy, did we need to get out of July. July for some signs was a bit tough. That's because we had Chiron, the wounded warrior, kind of messing around with things. But we're definitely going into better energy. But let's just say for you guys, my guides, because that's how I work, what they're saying to me first of all to tell you is that you must trust your intuition when it comes to your love life, particularly around a person, because the answer to your question is yes. So whatever question that you have, good or bad, that your intuition has been bugging you about, my guides are saying the answer is yes. All right? Now, how I work is I work week by week, and the way it's been shown in the first week of August is that for some of you, regardless whether you're in a relationship or you're single, you are really determined to put yourself first, and you are really, really determined to make your own plans and to almost distract yourself when it comes to your love life. Because it feels to me that for some of you, particularly where I answer that question, it's not been great, and I think it was massively highlighted for some of you in July, and you want a new beginning, and in your mind it's like that new beginning maybe with somebody new, particularly if you're single, and you're going to leave the past behind and the old wounds. But for some of you it's going to be like you want a new beginning, and if that person that I have in mind who I want to be with, if they're on board, then that's fantastic. If they're going to be in line with my intentions and my direction, then I'm more than happy. But if there is an element of you guys feeling extremely fed up, or the feeling that you've had that you've been extremely fed up of giving and giving and giving and feeling like you're not being receiving, and so with that in mind, you are telling yourself, no, I'm not doing it no more. I want to do what I want to do, and if it means that relationship then has to fizzle and die, I'm not happy about it, but I will be happier doing what suits me. And again, if that person wants to be on board with me, then that is great. So this will apply again, single, in a relationship, waiting for somebody to come back, doesn't matter. It is going to be the me show when it comes to you Tauruses, particularly at the beginning of the month, because you're just tired. It feels to me that for some of you in particular, you're just worn down, if I'm being honest with you. You are worn down and you want to stamp your hoof in some sand and just go your direction. And you will. Oh my God. You don't mess about. You know, you do it. You're planning. You're doing things independently. You're not waiting around. You're not waiting around for people to call you, text you, message you. You are not waiting around for somebody else to say, I don't know, I'm not sure, or no, I don't want to. You're like, okay, if you're not going to, I'm going to. So if you want to go to the cinema and your significant I can't speak significant other doesn't want to, then you're like, okay, I'm going to go with a friend, or I'm going to go on my own. You are literally a bull in a china shop, literally, Tauruses, and I like it. Why? Because my guides are saying here that you must trust your intuition, particularly if something is smelling a bit fishy in connections that you're having, that your intuition is correct. All right? Regardless of what it is, because my guides are saying that would also include if you have suspicions that the other person is having an affair. All right? Do not wait for to have the egg on your face. Be the bull. Put yourself first. And if that person follows, you know, what's meant for you will always follow you, will always come. Do it. And you're going to be like that. Again, if you're single, you'll be like, nope, no time wasters. I'm not being ghost. You know, I'm doing my own thing. Now, a lot of you, because you take that attitude, because it's funny how people work at a psychological level, particularly if you're single, you may be, you know, walking in another direction. You'll look over your shoulder and you'll see there's at least one person trying to run up behind you. So For a lot of Tauruses, I'm pretty much getting that, whether again in a connection or not, the other person 80% of the time will follow you. And I'm not even getting that there's a particular star sign that wouldn't. I'm just getting for 80% of you, if you push on forward, the other person will be like, I better catch up, because they don't want to lose you. But I think here sometimes we have to change in order to make situations or other people change. And sometimes if we are too giving of ourselves, sometimes people don't mean it, but they can then become lazy or complacent, or they can use you without realizing, because they sort of get comfortable with you doing all the work, and you're like, no, not anymore. And they're like, and so they follow. So do this, guys. Steam ahead. Do it, because there's victory for you in the end. You start to get the change. But also, I want to just add to that, don't just stop when they catch up with you. You just keep going the entire month. It needs to be sustained, because if you fall straight back into how things were, it will just go back. You'll continue the cycle. And I think this is definitely where we've got two eclipses this month. And we've got, in the second week, or the start of the second week, we've got a total eclipse, which is all about ending a cycle and beginning a new cycle. So let's end the cycle that you've been in with a person in particular as well. Or let's stop the cycle if you're single, when you're constantly meeting the same person or having to put up with the same kind of patterns of behavior from people. You are taking control this month, and it will work in your favor. But you keep doing it the entire month, even beyond, because you need to really be telling people or the other person that you have changed, and you'd rather not be with them, even if it makes you unhappy for a little bit, than continue with the upset and the stress that seems to come along with that connection. Does that make sense? In the third week, I get here, particularly if somebody is trying to reconnect with you. So this is if somebody is trying to reconnect with you, so you've broken up, you've been separated. I get here that you do need them to prove it. So even if they catch up, you do want them to prove it. And I get here that you're not necessarily looking at the positives with them. And you kind of really want to tell them some home truths. Like, you're not afraid, my guides are saying here, you are not afraid to tell them how you feel, whereas before you would have felt that would have been very counterintuitive. And my guides are saying you're not afraid anymore, because it doesn't matter to you whether the relationship ends, because it is your happiness that you suddenly have some awareness about. I think it's basically a week of conversations, really raw conversations, but very cathartic. Sometimes when we just need to get off our chest what we need to get off, and it's not like you're rowing or anything like that or arguing. It is deep, raw, truthful. That is hard for you to say and hard for that person to listen to, but really needed in order to make things better. Because then you have got it out of your system, they know where they stand, and they know what they need to do. And I still get it works in your favour. So pretty much, don't fear being bold, don't fear being counterintuitive, don't fear walking away, because I don't think you're going to lose out at all by doing that. Not at all. I get here that basically the other person, particularly as they get to the end of the month, has a lot of regrets, has a lot more self-awareness about their behaviour. They're not happy with themselves, and they're not happy with things probably not going their way anymore, but also recognise in order for them to keep you, they have to offer a much healthier balance and input than what they were doing before. And some of them may get actually very emotional about it, but I think that's a good thing, because it means that they're not in denial anymore. They are facing something because you mean something to them, and because of that, then action will follow. And also that declarations and real truth and honesty in their actions and their behaviour when it comes to love will start to be shown. So they catch up with you and they change. Why? Because you changed for yourself. You gave yourself self-love. And that's pretty much what my guides have to say to you about August. Yes, your intuition is correct. So do something about it for yourself. So I do hope that's helped people who've been watching this. If you do like, do comment, subscribe, do share. And again, if you'd like to know more about me and my personal private services, just look below. Or you can join my Facebook page as well. So I will see you all next month. Take care.